Why do bad things happen to good people? And the secret of the great plan for you. Welcome everyone to our channel. Have you ever wondered why bad things often happen to good people? Isn't that a question most of us have asked ourselves at some point in life? Especially when misfortunes keep piling up or when unexpected, unwanted things suddenly occur? Have you ever asked yourself, why is it always me? Why do these things only happen to me? Is the universe playing tricks on you? Or is there a hidden secret behind the adversity that we just can't explain? In today's video, we won't just help you find answers to those burning questions. We'll also reveal a completely new perspective, a great secret that may completely change how you face every difficulty in life. Let's discover it together, right now. What you're about to hear may completely transform the way you see life, and it directly relates to your destiny. Our great teacher, the Buddha, once spoke a profound truth about life that few people truly grasp. Nothing is you, nothing belongs to you, and nothing is under your control. Indeed, our lives are filled with uncertainty, and we never know what will happen tomorrow or even in the next moment. Everything is impermanent. That's why life is not fully under our control. There seems to be a mystery about the future. And because of this unpredictability, the human mind, with its deep sensitivity to the negative, often falls into regret about the past and gets swept into anxiety and stress when facing problems. We tend to struggle to think of anything positive when we're surrounded by negativity. So how do we break free from this negative spiral? What you're about to hear is not just belief, it is energy science. When negativity surrounds us, it becomes extremely hard to think positively. That's why most people feel miserable and unhappy when bad things happen. But remember this. When you emit positive energy, you attract positivity and blessings. On the other hand, when you constantly think negatively and pessimistically, that negative energy not only makes you suffer, it shuts every door of opportunity, making you feel completely stuck. Negativity attracts more negativity. Moreover, according to the law of karma, every negative thought you sow in each moment adds more negativity to your life. Because nature only cares about the intentions within your heart. Karma doesn't care how wealthy or powerful you are, how talented or intelligent you might be. It is based solely on what you sow in your thoughts, actions, and speech. So we must train ourselves to shift our thinking from negative to positive in every single moment. This will not only help you deal with present challenges, but also shape a better future. To illustrate this clearly, today I'll share with you an inspiring story. The plan of the Almighty for you. Listen carefully, because this story will help you understand that even in the most hopeless moments, a deeper meaning is waiting to be revealed. In a distant sea near Thailand, a large ship was carrying many tourists on an island-hopping tour across Asia. Unfortunately, on the journey, the ship was struck by a powerful storm. Lightning hit the engine room, destroying the vessel completely. All the passengers on board drowned at sea, except for one man, who miraculously survived. Thanks to divine mercy and the power of the Almighty, he somehow stayed alive and drifted onto a small Thai island. The next morning, he woke up. When he opened his eyes, he realized he was completely alone on the island, looking out at the distant land across the sea. As soon as he woke up, he began to pray. "Oh Almighty, please help me. Please send me some assistance. Perhaps a rescue boat passing by that could take me back to the mainland." He prayed like that all day, but no help came. During the day, he prayed constantly, and at night, exhausted, he slept on the beach. No miracle occurred. Days passed like this. He slowly gave up praying and began adapting to life on the island. He started gathering dry branches and leftover wooden pieces from the wrecked ship to build himself a small hut, his only shelter and emotional refuge. He survived by collecting coconuts and fruit on the island and grilled fish he caught by the shore. Over time, he became familiar with the wilderness. Each day he lit a fire to cook and keep warm through the night. Then, one morning, while out catching fish, a gust of wind blew his campfire and burned down his entire hut. When he returned, he found it had been completely destroyed. Devastated, he cried out, "Oh Almighty, I asked you for help, and you didn't answer me. Now, I built a tiny hut just to survive, and you even burned it down. You are so cruel." He was full of despair and spent the whole evening complaining to the Almighty until he fell asleep from exhaustion on the beach. The next morning, he was awakened by a loud noise. When he opened his eyes, he couldn't believe what he saw. A ship was approaching the shore of the island. He jumped for joy. Finally, someone had come to rescue him. After boarding the ship and returning to the mainland, he spoke with the captain. He asked, "How did you know I was stranded on this deserted island?" The captain replied, "We saw the fire signal from your island. We understood someone must be in trouble there, so we came to help." Right then, the man remembered the burnt hut from the day before. He realized that fire was the very signal that brought help to him. He then understood. It was the plan of the Almighty that had helped him escape from the deserted island. He smiled to himself and thought, "Your plan is so magnificent. It's far greater than the plan I had for myself." And in that moment, he felt deeply grateful. Looking back at our own lives, we often make all sorts of plans, but many of them don't come true. And often, what happens is not what we desire. You try to understand why things happen, but you can't because your awareness is limited. When trouble comes, our faith starts to shake, our hearts break, and our hopes fade. We begin to complain to God, to the Buddha, to the Almighty. Why me? Why is this happening to me? But in truth, everything is part of the plan, preordained by the Almighty. Among the prayers of more than 7 billion people on Earth, the Almighty has a purpose and detailed plan for each person. That's why we should make an effort to trust in the Creator and in the natural order of the universe. Everything happens for a reason and according to a higher design. By keeping faith, our efforts and direction will be heard. The power of belief emits a strong vibrational frequency, helping you manifest your desires and overcome any difficulty in life. So whenever misfortune or failure comes your way, keep believing. Think positively and seek the bright side in every problem. Now, how can we truly overcome negative emotions when they strike? Problems are just problems. They are not your entire life. To avoid being overwhelmed and pulled into negativity and despair, we must learn to wisely manage our emotions. First, learn to recognize and accept your feelings. Don't suppress or deny your anger, sadness, or disappointment. Allow yourself to feel them briefly and then gently let them go. Next, find healthy ways to release those emotions. This could be through meditation, mindfulness, journaling to unload chaotic thoughts, talking to a trusted friend, or simply walking in nature to calm the mind. The goal is to regain inner peace, balance, and clarity, so that even amidst hardship, you can find something positive to hold on to. There are always things that can bring you joy, even in the darkest times. Faith is important, but faith must go hand in hand with action. We cannot just sit and wait for miracles. When facing a challenge, take initiative. What caused the problem? Which parts can you control? Then, seek solutions. That could mean learning something new, acquiring a new skill, or seeking guidance from experienced people. Don't hesitate to set small goals and take consistent steps. Each small step, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is progress and builds confidence. And always remember, failure is not the end. It's a golden opportunity to learn, grow, and transform. So what's the boundary between accepting what you cannot change and trying to change what you can? This is a delicate and essential balance in life. Acceptance means staying calm in the face of what's beyond your control, like objective events or unavoidable losses. But being proactive means doing your best to improve what you can influence: your attitude, your actions, your willingness to find solutions or learn new skills. Even though there may be a plan of the Almighty or the arrangement of the universe, your personal effort is still key to making good things happen. The power of belief sends out strong vibrations. When combined with concrete action, it helps manifest your desires and overcome life's trials. So whenever life feels unlucky, when failures come, keep your faith, stay positive, and look at the brighter side of things. And always remember, perhaps the Almighty has a different plan for you, and that plan is always greater and better than the one we have for ourselves. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit like and share to spread this positive message to more people. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on this story and topic. I'd love to hear your perspective. And most importantly, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on our upcoming meaningful content. You definitely won't want to miss the next video. If you love the channel and enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to hit the thank you button to support us in spreading more goodness to the community. See you again in the next video.